Amanda here. Welcome back to Handmade Now Hallmark. Today I've got this fun slimline rainbow card featuring all die cut products today. This card was so fun to make. I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. Before I even started filming my card today, I went through and did a ton of die cutting. I went through my scrap stash and I found all of the rainbow colors that I wanted to use today. You could definitely pick any colors that you like. I just decided to go for a traditional rainbow color. And I do apologize that my video kind of got bumped, or my camera got bumped a little bit, and my screen got obscured. So I do fix that here in just a minute. But I did go through and I did all of my die cutting. So I just found a couple of like banner dies that I had in my stash that I really liked. And I wanted to kind of create this fun rainbow on a slimline card. I had seen something similar on, I think, a Pinterest post maybe, and I thought it was super cute and I wanted to give it a try. And I was really feeling kind of a rainbow vibe today, so I decided to go with that. So I'm just going to start kind of lining up all of my little die cuts here into the typical rainbow order. And I did light colors and dark colors, but you could definitely do a card like this where you're using all of the darker tones or all of the lighter tones to create it. I think it would be fun to create two cards in the same fashion, but do one with the lighter and one with the darker, and then you have like this fun little set. So I'm just going to go down through. I'm not like really placing these in any particular way. I'm just kind of laying them down on to this slimline card that is cut to 8.5 by 3, I believe. I used one of my dies. I'll make sure I link in the description below all of the products that I used today. And this card is all die cuts. I don't do any stamping on this today. Everything is using dies, which I thought was a lot of fun. Once I was happy with the arrangement of all of my little die cuts here, I am going to use the same trick that I used in my last card. I am going to take a piece of press and seal, and I'm going to adhere it to, or temporarily, I guess, just use it to help me pick up all of these strips so that I have them in the order that I want, so that I can add the adhesive and then place it right back down where I need it with adhesive on the back, and I don't have to worry about my little die cuts moving around on me. I'm very carefully going to pull that up, and all of my little die cuts are still stuck. A couple of them, just because of where they were positioned, they didn't get kind of gripped onto that press and seal very well, but either way it still worked out just fine. I'm going to add some adhesive to the back of my little die cuts here, and then I can flip it back over and place it right back on top of my card base. You could use liquid glue, you could use tape runner, foam tape, anything like that to adhere these down. I just personally like liquid glue. Gonna pick that up, and because press and seal is see-through, you can kind of really eyeball and make sure you get it right where you want it. Gonna press that down, give that adhesive some time to grip onto the cardstock, and then I'm very carefully going to peel it back. Now again, I will have to add a little bit more adhesive to some of these die cuts where they weren't kind of touching the paper, so I can go back in and do that as well. But this trick really helps get everything put right back where you want it, and I love it so much. Super fun, great tool to have on hand. So just going to add a little bit of glue to those areas that need some extra adhesive. And then we can put this underneath something heavy just until the glue is completely dry, and I can work on the sentiment for my card. I'm going to be using this scripty thanks die from Simon, and I just have some black cardstock and white cardstock. I wanted to have a nice contrast against all of those beautiful rainbow colors, so I figured black on white would really stand out and look nice. Just stacking two of those die cuts together to create a little bit of dimension, and then I'm going to take the white portion and adhere that right on top. I really like this fun little die cut. It is a really nice font and script, and it's the perfect size for cards. It doesn't really take away from whatever you've got going on the card. Going to use some more liquid glue to adhere this really thin die cut. I'm not really one for like thin, fiddly kind of dies, but this one is a favorite. Super easy to work with, and using this thin glue applicator from Barely Arts and my reverse tweezers, I don't have any issues getting everything nice and lined up. And I love the shadow die on this die cut. It just is perfect. It's not too big. It really fits around it nicely, and I just think it is super great. Going to remove any leftover adhesive, and you can see how wonderful that little die cut is. Now that all of these elements are ready, we can go in and add I guess this is like the embellishment of the card. You could definitely leave it here. Beautiful the way that it is. Add your greeting and you're good to go. But I want it to be a little bit extra, and I die cut a whole bunch of butterflies and little hearts using those same colors. And I'm going to go through over top of all of these individual die cuts, and I'm going to add some of these little embellishments. Again, you could definitely leave this out. You could use sequins, you could use liquid adhesive, you could use anything to embellish this card, or you could leave it the way that it is, like I said before. But I wanted to be a little bit extra, and I had a lot of fun with this. And all of these leftover die cuts I do have an idea for. You could definitely use these in a shaker, but I have an idea to use the larger butterflies to create another card in a rainbow sort of pattern. So I am going to speed this up a little bit because it is a little bit repetitive. I don't have really a rhyme or reason on how I'm adhering these. I definitely wanted the colors to go near or right on top of the colors that matched. I wanted it to be fun and different, and I just, again, had a lot of fun creating this card. I'm really happy to be back in my crafting space. I've been having a lot of fun creating some new things and kind of venturing outside of my comfort zone and doing things that I don't normally do. I don't normally do a whole lot of things with rainbows, or kind of like clean and simple. I guess this could be considered a clean and simple card. I'm not really sure what the actual, kind of textbook definition would be for that, but for me, I think that this is a clean and simple card. I don't have any splatter. Everything's nice and crisp, and with all using die cuts, I think this was really fun. If you don't have dies, you could definitely do something similar to this using your die inks or even distress inks. I think would be really fun. Now that I got that last little butterfly on there, I'm going to get all of those fun die cuts off to the side, and I'm going to get my greeting adhered. And I didn't want it right in the center. I wanted it kind of down near the kind of middle area, and just to kind of keep things different. Next, I'm going to add some foam tape to the background or the back panel so I can adhere it to my card base. So this is just a side folding card base. It is cut to 8.5 by 7, and then I scored it at 3.5 to create this slimline card base. Every cardstock that I am using for the white is Simon Says Stamps 120-pound cardstock. Gonna get this lined up here so I have a nice border all the way around this card. Super fun. Again, I love the way that this card turned out. I was really contemplating adding sequins and doing all the things, but I decided in the end that I'm just going to go through with my aqua shimmer pen and go around and add some shimmer that way. Just right here on top of the die cut, and then I'm going to go along all of these little embellishments that I added and added that shimmer to those. You could definitely add some glossy accents to these and really make them look like embellishments, which I think would be a fun way to add some dimension to the card as well. But I just decided to go ahead and stick with the glitter and keep it simple. If you enjoyed this card, I would really appreciate a like, and if you want to see some more content, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is free to do. It just notifies you every time that I upload a video so you don't miss out on any of the fun that I have here over at my channel. Again, I really appreciate you guys taking the time to stop by and watch. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon. Bye! On screen, I've got a few videos that I think you'll enjoy. Consider hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more videos at my YouTube channel.